New cars today are not simple machines anymore. They are computers on wheels. And computers crash. I'm not talking about one bad brand. I'm not talking about one unlucky model. I'm talking about a pattern showing up across the entire auto industry right now.
Cars are catching fire while parked. Engine off. Keys inside the house. Nobody inside. Just sitting in the driveway and burning. Steering systems are failing mid-drive. Not on old cars, on brand new ones. Still under warranty. Digital dashboards are going completely black. And when that screen dies, you don't just lose your music. You lose your speed reading, your fuel level, your warning lights, everything. Engines are being replaced before they even hit normal mileage. Brand new vehicles, straight from the factory, already broken inside. And automatic braking systems, designed to save lives, are slamming on the brakes for no reason, on open roads, in normal traffic, without any warning. And the car behind you has no time to react. A safety feature, creating the exact crash it was supposed to prevent.
Here's the thing that really gets me. Old cars had problems too. Sure, the belt would snap, the pump would leak. A hose would go bad, but you could hear it, you could feel it. Your mechanic could look under the hood and point at the exact thing causing the problem.
Today, the problem hides inside software, inside tiny connectors, inside modules talking to other modules, in ways even engineers sometimes don't fully understand. And by the time you see a warning light, if you see one at all, it might already be too late. Because here's something most people don't realize. A modern car is never fully asleep, even when it's parked, even when it's off. Certain modules stay active. Certain circuits stay connected. And if one connector becomes loose or corroded or just poorly made, that tiny connection starts building heat slowly, silently. No warning light, no smell, no sound, until it's not silent anymore. That's what makes electrical fires so dangerous. You don't see them coming.
So why is all of this happening? 3 reasons.
First, speed. Automakers are racing each other. New model, new screen, new features, new platform every year. But testing something this complex takes time, and time is money. So corners get cut. Real-world drivers become the test subjects, and drivers pay the price.
Second, cost. A cheap connector doesn't look bad in a brochure.
A weak wiring harness doesn't show up in an advertisement. A bigger touchscreen sells more cars than better quality control ever will. But that $10 part can destroy a $60,000 car. And it can put you and your family at real risk. Nobody talks about that in the showroom.
Third, complexity. These vehicles are so complicated now that even just diagnosing the problem costs hundreds of dollars.
You can't take it to your local mechanic anymore. You need dealer software, special tools, module programming, calibration. Some repairs require the manufacturer's own system just to unlock the part. You don't really own the car. You own access to it on their terms, not yours. And when something goes wrong, you wait. You wait for a dealer appointment. You wait for a part. You wait for the manufacturer to acknowledge the problem exists. Meanwhile, you're still driving it.
So what do you actually do? First, check your recalls.
Right now, use your VIN number and search the official recall database. Don't wait for the dealership to call you. Don't assume the letter will arrive before something goes wrong, because sometimes it doesn't. Go look yourself. It takes 5 minutes. Second, pay attention to small signs: a burning smell, an electrical smell, a flicker on the dashboard, a strange braking moment that felt slightly off, steering that responds differently than it used to, random warning lights that appear and disappear, unusual ticking from the engine. Don't brush it off. Don't wait. These problems always start small before they become serious.
Third, if there's any fire warning on your vehicle, do not park it inside your garage. Do not park it near your house. Take it seriously. A car can be replaced. Your home is much harder to replace. Your family cannot be replaced at all. No badge protects you. Only information does. You worked hard for that car. You made the payments. You did everything right. You deserve to know what's actually inside it.
Fourth, keep records. Save every repair invoice. Take photos of warning lights when they appear. Write down dates. Save any communication from the dealership. Because if the problem gets bigger, and sometimes it does, that documentation is everything. And finally, stop believing that expensive means safe. Luxury brands have recalls. Economy brands have recalls. Trucks, SUVs, hybrids, electric cars, gas cars, all of them. The price on the window sticker means nothing when the system inside fails. Because a vehicle that catches fire while parked is not a safe vehicle. A vehicle that loses steering without any warning is not a safe vehicle. A vehicle that slams on its brakes for no reason is not a safe vehicle. A vehicle that hides its problems behind a screen you can't read is not a safe vehicle.
Modern cars may be the smartest vehicles ever built, but smart and safe are not the same thing. They never were. Check your recalls. Listen to your car. Keep your records. Pay attention to the small things before they become the big things. And never mistake a beautiful screen for a reliable machine.